Here. So hello everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us today, our virtual BenefacTour with Blue Line Arts. So today you'll get to hear about their programs and outcomes. You'll have the opportunity to meet Mary Tess, one of the co-executive directors of the program, and you'll hear about their fundraising and needs and how you can get more involved with the gallery. So we'll hear a presentation. If you have questions, feel free to share them, use the chat feature. We are recording, so if you'd rather have your camera off, go ahead and do that. And let's see, if there's any technical problems, let me know. But for now, I will pass it over to Mary Tess Mayall, co-executive director of Blue Line Arts. Thank you so much, Mary Tess.
Great, thank you, Eileen. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to present to you today. As she said, my name is Mary Tess Mayall. I'm the co-executive director, and I have been at Blue Line Arts now for 4 years. So I'm very excited to talk to you more about who we are and what we do. So let's see, there we go. So today I'm excited to talk about the history and mission of our organization and the work that we do. And then I'll also be sharing some opportunities for you to get involved as well. Oops. Down. There we go. Okay, so Blue Line Arts. Here is our facility on the right-hand side. We are located in downtown Roseville, right there on Vernon Street next to Tower Theater. And we've been at this location since 2008, but we have a very rich history of serving the greater Roseville area with the arts since 1966. And we started as an organization that a group of artists got together and they needed a place to display their work. So they started at the old Bank of America building in Old Town Roseville. And then the organization kept growing, and we are thrilled with the beautiful facility that we have today. Next slide down. There we go. Okay. So the mission of our organization is to create a vibrant community through the arts. And we do this through a whole bunch of different manners of programs and events with the community, not only hosting gallery shows and art education programs in our art center, but also going out into the community, providing public art projects for visitors and residents to have a better ownership and pride for their community. This photo here was taken during the first ever mini mural competition that we did in Vernon Street Square this past fall. And it was wonderful to see everyone coming out, safely wearing their masks, but interacting with our mural, and just the conversations that we ended up having with complete strangers. Everyone has been so isolated during this time that it was really beautiful to see people walk up to us, open up, tell us how they've been feeling and how they've been processing through this challenging time. And they all were just so appreciative for the opportunity to walk around downtown and interact with the different artists. So we're really happy with the success of that program. That's one of the many programs that we do here at our organization. So first I'll start off with our gallery. So we have a beautiful gallery at our facility. And in the past year now, we've had over 500 different artists exhibit their work. We've had 15 exhibitions produced, and we also partner with different local businesses and corporations to feature an artist quarterly in their business. So this is another great way for artists to get out into the community and have more business relationships with small businesses. And even during the pandemic, we were excited to have over 3,000 gallery visitors to our facility. We were closed for about 3 months, March through June of 2020. But once we were able to open up for appointments and then open up more even without appointments, but masks are required at the gallery. Our visitors have just been so grateful to get out of the house and see some new works of art, and the art sales that we have had within the past 9 months have been some of the highest of record for our organization. So it's been really amazing to see art collectors and enthusiasts coming out. So we're very proud of the fact that we have paid out over $38,000 to local artists within the past year. On average, our organization pays out 20% of our budget back to artists. So some of our upcoming shows, we are excited to have the Matchbook collection opening up on April 16th. There is a local matchbook collector who has over 5,000 matchbooks that we are going to have on display, world's largest display. And then we also have Off-Center, an international ceramic competition coming up, membership medley, and a new show called Comunidad, a Hispanic Heritage Month exhibition. It's also going to have a residency program attached to it as well, which is new for us, in addition to the SCG Artists in Residence and Teaching program that I will be speaking about. But we are just really proud of the fact that we feature as many different artists and art mediums as possible. Blue Line Arts isn't just showing paintings or just showing sculptures. We really are proud of the fact that we're featuring as many different things as possible for the community to experience. So if any of you have any questions or comments, feel free to chime in, but I'll just keep on talking through it here.
What exactly is the Matchbook collection?
What is it?
What exactly is the Matchbook collection?
The Matchbook collection is going to be a show where we have I think it's over 3,000 matchbooks. So, those little matchbook covers, the collector has been collecting them all his life, and all of them are meticulously framed and categorized, and it'll be more of a museum show. The matchbooks won't be for sale, but we do have a catalog that features some of the highlights from the show. And it's only a 2-week show, so I highly suggest coming out to see that. So right now in the gallery, we have a show called Wild Dreams of a New Beginning. It features artists in more of the pop art and surrealism theme. And here's a photo of one of the artists that we are featuring in our West Park gallery. He is a Sacramento artist, new and emerging, and we're proud to provide him with a solo show. So tomorrow is the last day that this show will be up in the gallery. We would love to have you come out and see it in person. But at the end of this presentation, I have a special little VR tour treat for you.
Nice.
So Blue Line Arts is not only an art gallery, but we are also an art center, and we are very passionate about providing art education for all. So this starts out with providing art education programs for our youth. So that looks like classes, usually after school enrichment classes, camps seasonally during the summer and winter, and then specialty workshops on Saturdays. So in 2020, we were able to provide over 27 unique art programs to the community. 3 of those were virtual, and the rest were in person in this social distance format, as you see here. Usually our class capacity is up to 20 students, but because of COVID, we have had to bring that down to 10, which has really cut into our program income, unfortunately. But I am proud of the fact that we have had 0 cases of COVID, and the parents and the teachers have been thrilled to still be able to come into the gallery and do the art in person. It's also been really good for the students social and emotionally to be able to see other kids their age. I know during the summer camps that we had in 2020, the students that were coming into our programs were talking about how this was the first time that they had seen anyone else their age, since the pandemic hit, and they've been doing, distance learning. So it was really good to at least provide an opportunity for them to see each other and to, use the arts as a way to heal and process what is going on in the world right now. So another art education program that we are very passionate about here is our Tour, Talk, and Create program. This has been a field trip program that we have been providing since 2008, but because of the pandemic, we were able to switch and make it into a virtual field trip program. This is provided for free for Title I students in the area. It's just up to the teachers to sign up their class to participate. So within the past year, we have been able to serve over 1,400 students locally. And the teachers have been just absolutely thrilled that they are able to have art supplies for their students. We provide evaluations and surveys to each of the teachers when they are signing up, and 98% of them have told us that there is no arts programming at their school. This is a statistic that we need to do better with. So here we are very passionate about getting the art into the schools, especially if they aren't able to come into the gallery and see it in person. So to give you an update on our Tour, Talk, and Create program, this is supported by the California Arts Council through 2021. However, they do require a 1-to-1 match, and we are still seeking $9,000 for this grant period. We have received generous support from the city of Roseville, and we've also received money, I think, from a local arts store too, to help us out with supplies. But we are still planning to close the gap on that last $9,000. So planning ahead for this program, unfortunately, the California Arts Council has pivoted to providing operational support for nonprofits as their main focus since the pandemic has hit, which is good for nonprofits. And we have applied for that grant as well. However, they have really cut down on their programming grants. So they're no longer offering an arts education exposure grant. So at this time, Blue Line Arts is seeking some seed funding to be able to continue to provide this program in the future. The teachers need it, the schools need it, and we are trying to do the best we can to figure out a sustainable model to be able to keep providing this locally.
How many schools are you in?
We are currently in, I think, 17 different schools locally, and I've had 59 teachers sign up so far. Right now, I have enough money left in our grant to serve 2,000 students. But yeah, we are still in need of a little bit more funding to complete it this year.
So the $9,000 covers exactly what?
This covers the rest of our match. So the California Arts Council gave us $15,000 for this program, and they require a 1-to-1 match. So we've been able to raise, so quite a bit of money, but we still need that $9,000 left to finish that match, so that when we send in our grant report, it is complete.
And the 15,000 is half of that? Or the
Yeah.
9,000 is half of the 15,000?
The 15,000 is what we've received from the California Arts Council. And the 9,000 left is just that like last little bit of our match. So we've already done most of the work to get there.
But you need 15,000 for next year to continue the program, correct?
Ideally, yes, because we
Right.
know that the California Arts Council isn't providing that right now. So we are talking to a couple of different grantors to see if it can be matched. And we are having our big annual fundraiser coming up in May. I'll talk a little bit about that coming up here too, because that is really dedicated to our arts education funding as
So
well.
you need the rest of the money for this year's match and you're looking for money for next year. So it's really two pots of money you're looking for.
Yes.
Yeah. And so
Different
you've
pots of
already
money.
put in the 6,000, almost 6,000 of the match. You need the other 9,000 for this year's match.
Yes.
And what's the timeline, Mary Tess, that you need the 9 by?
Before June.
Okay.
Before the end of June. And we have our big fundraiser coming up in May. So, that is another way that we are able to, get these funds, but this is just the state of where we are right now with the grant. So in addition to Tour Talk and Create being out in local schools, we are also passionate about providing art education for at-risk youth. We provide off-site art classes for free for the Roseville Police Activities League. They are located locally right next to the fairgrounds in Roseville. And we are proud of the fact that we have had youth mural camps here on site as well. We have a little art alleyway on the side of our facility. So this photo here was the first mural that we had painted in 2019. And it was a wonderful program. The kids were so grateful to be able to learn from a professional mural artist. And we still have some of those students come back into our gallery too. And the pride that they have for being an artist that created something outside on the wall, which seems like breaking the rules a little bit, has been a great experience for them. So unfortunately, we had to postpone the mural camp in 2020, but we are still in contact with the Boys and Girls Club, and hopefully this summer or this fall, we will be able to finally provide that mural camp for them.
I know there was a mural camp. When was it, Eileen? Was it in 2019?
Yeah, that's the one that we went. This one right here. I think a number of you were on that visit. Yeah, to see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was 2019, I guess, before COVID.
Yeah.
And these kids are young people, they don't look like children, but they're continuing down the wall. And that money's being funded already?
Yes.
Okay.
We do have a youth mural camp grant that we received from the Youth Development Grant from Placer Community Foundation. We're just waiting for a safe time to be able to have up to 20 students like we have before coming into our facility to safely do that. Because right now, all of our classes are limited to 10. And I would prefer to have up to 20 so we can really have an impactful experience.
I have some friends that went over to see the work that was being done by the kids, and they were so impressed what the kids had done. So I'm really pleased to see that more is being done than what we were there, Eileen. I think there was a Friday night showing.
Yeah, we are very excited to see, we have a vision of that arts alleyway being just completely full of murals. We have 2 in there right now, and there is potential for many more to come.
So that's great to hear. Okay.
Okay. It's not just the kids that have all of the fun with our art programs. We are also proud to provide specialty art classes, professional development, and networking for artists of all skill levels. So we have people who come in and are very timid about getting creative. And we also have our artists who are veterans, professionals, and are able to lend their expertise to some of our younger emerging artists. We are still providing our professional development webinars for artists during this time, and that is provided for free for our artist members. And our artist membership is very affordable. It's only $72 for the year. And the artists receive a higher rate in commissions for any sales that they have in the gallery, as well as 20% off all of our programs. So one of our most exciting programs that we have here at the gallery is our Susan Cooley Gilliam Artist in Residence and Teaching Program. This has been provided because of the support from an art endowment that the Placer Community Foundation received from the Gilliam family. And we are very excited to have Jason Walker, a ceramic artist and teacher from Utah University, scheduled to come in this fall. He was originally scheduled for 2020, and unfortunately we had to postpone that, but he is very excited to come in and join us this fall, and he will be providing 2 workshops. One of them is for all skill levels, and the second is for intermediate and advanced. We have quite a few talented ceramic artists in this area. This is always a very big draw for them to not only get to know him as an artist, but also to learn from him firsthand. So we are able to have the community come in during his open studio hours that we have scheduled. He will also be giving an artist lecture during one of our 3rd Saturday receptions. And then we will be scheduling some school tours for classes to come in and learn from him. And the Placer Community Foundation also covers at least 2 stipends awarded to local artists to attend his workshops. So we are very excited to have him come in. I know Jessica and I have been scheduling and rescheduling these things, so it's really exciting to see it finally come to life in person. Because for a while they were like, oh, maybe we can do it all virtually, but it really is so much better in person.
I think we changed his dates 4 different times. Now we got him. And apparently he's a super big deal in the ceramics world. So
He
if you
is.
like ceramics, and he does real whimsical, interesting, detailed work, go check him out.
Yeah, he specializes in porcelain clay, and his details, as you can see here, he incorporates animals and then these really interesting like mechanical components to his work. So it ends up being really surreal and almost like post-apocalyptic. So yeah, every ceramic artist that we've been talking to locally is really excited for him to come. And we also provide free art workshops for veterans. We've been doing this for the past 4 years. This is another program that is generously supported by the California Arts Council. These workshops have featured clay masks, mosaics, expressive self-portraits. Every class has been a very therapeutic experience for these veterans. It starts off with a mindfulness exercise, and the veterans who attend are really excited to meet other veterans and share their experiences. And we do have an LMFT, a therapist, join the teaching artists for some of these sessions.
Mary Tess, how are you accessing the veterans, or how are they accessing you?
So we are connecting with them through a couple of different organizations. The main one we have been collaborating with has been the Women Veterans Alliance, but we also create specialty flyers for these programs and send it out to the local veteran groups and veteran halls, different associations. And we do still have some openings for 3 of the workshops that we have coming up this year. But this is just a couple of impact points from our program within the last year. We have served over 120 veterans and their family members, and it's really good to see that 80% of them rated their mood at a positive rate after attending one of the classes or workshops with us. And quite a few of them have attended more than one workshop and have built a relationship with not only the therapist, but also the teaching artists as well. And 97% of them have expressed a need for additional workshops. So we are passionate about being able to continue to provide these programs for veterans. Luckily, we have been able to apply for another round of this Veterans in the Arts program from the California Arts Council as their one of their program applications that they do have open, but just the one. So we were able to apply for Veterans in the Arts, but we won't hear back on whether or not that is awarded until July of this year.
Sell their art pieces, or do they want to sell their art pieces? Because some of these are very cute.
Yes, they all take their art pieces home, but we do have like probably 2 or 3 artists who or veterans who were artists before taking this class, but a lot of them work in different mediums, so they were able to experience clay, and now it's amazing to start seeing them working in clay. We have had some of the works on display in our gallery shows before. Some of the veterans have even joined as artist members with us, so they have their work showcased in our annual membership medley show. So yeah, it's nice to see them start to use art as a creative outlet.
Yeah, I just, like I said, the pieces that are shown here are very nice. And, I wonder if they were interested in selling their pieces and if they received the funds that came from selling their pieces and if they took an interest in that.
Yeah, some of them have taken an interest, but most of them are just doing it for themselves. We don't want to put too much pressure on them.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the pieces that they work on are pretty fabulous. And in this photo right here, these cups are from an exhibit that we had. They weren't made by the veterans, but it was still really fun to have those in the same space where they were then making their own creations.
Nice.
And then outside of our facility and our gallery space, we are passionate about bringing public art to the community. So for the past, 2 years now, we have been providing the Roseville Mural project. So we have had 18 new public artworks created within the last year. And we have paid out over $26,000 to local artists for their work. So we are very passionate about being able to put the money back into the local creative economy. And we have quite a few colorful murals down here in downtown Roseville. For a future BenefacTour, I would love to give you all a walking mural tour. But the works that we have up in the community are just very inspiring and colorful, and really showcase the local talent of mural artists in our community. So in addition to the mural project, we were able to have the mini mural competition that was last fall, and that was in collaboration with the city of Roseville. So the city of Roseville has their We Are Roseville campaign to uplift residents and small businesses during the pandemic. So we had an open call to artists to submit designs that inspired the local community and talked about, resiliency and community, and, the value of being a, really supportive neighbor to one another. So this mural on the left was the winning design. This is Madeline Joan Templeton. She's also painted one of the murals that we have here in downtown Roseville, and she's participated in Wide Open Walls in Sacramento. So this was the winning design. And then in conjunction with having these mural artists come out and paint their designs, we also had a community mural where we had residents walk up and add really positive messages to one another. And they were also coloring in some different words that the city of Roseville had identified as being a part of their We Are Roseville campaign. So you can see acceptance, perseverance, equality, community, unity, friendship. So it was just a really great way for the community to come out and support each other in a positive way. And these murals have been on display at the Roseville Civic Center, and they are currently on display at the Roseville Galleria.
So is there a walking tour to come up in the future?
Oh, a walking tour here at Blue Line Arts?
Mhm.
We don't have one on the schedule right now, but
Okay.
we're definitely planning on doing that this summer. We usually have them on our third Saturdays, so usually like an hour or two before our reception.
That sounds great. I'm interested.
Great, great, thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely be bringing that back. Next, okay, and then when the patios were built for these different restaurants along Vernon Street so they could be socially distanced, they had these really ugly white like road dividers that they put in front of each patio restaurant. So we were like, actually, I think we know some artists who can make these a little bit nicer for you. So we were able to reach out to the Downtown Roseville Partnership, and they supported our coordination of having these different artists come in and paint their own unique designs on the sides of these barriers. So we had a list of all of the different restaurants and their brand, kind of what they stood for, and then the artists came in and presented unique designs for their business. So it was a really good collaboration between the artists and our organization to make sure that there was a good fit. So the next time you are in downtown Roseville and walking along Vernon Street, you'll be able to see these colorful little mini murals in front of the different restaurants, and it really does help liven up the area, and just shows a little bit more creativity and culture for the area. So in addition to the gallery shows and the art education programs that we have, we are also providing third Saturdays where we have a reception that features our current show. And now that some of the restrictions are beginning to lift, we are excited that our first reception is scheduled for April 17th. And that will be an opening for the Matchbook show. We're also going to have a little artist meet and greet the day before from 3 to 5 p.m. These are all listed on our website too. We would love to have you join us if you haven't been to Blue Line Arts already. We're also very excited about our upcoming fundraiser, Lottery for the Arts. This is our annual fundraiser. And in 2020, it was scheduled for March 19th. So it was pretty much the day before our fundraiser. We had to cancel everything and move it for a couple of months. And we ended up having it virtually last September. And it was still a successful event. We were able to get very unique works of art out to local collectors, enthusiasts, and we are looking forward to being able to do the same virtually May 13th. So if you haven't attended before, I highly recommend it. It is so fun. Everyone who purchases an art ticket or purchases a lottery ticket is able to select one work of art, and it gets very competitive because our amazing auctioneer, Freddie, selects the numbers at random. So once you hear your name selected by the auctioneer, then you're able to tell him which number you want, and each number corresponds with the work of art. And we auction off the very first 6 picks, and then it's random after that, but it's so competitive, it's so exciting. Every year I'm just amazed at what is selected first, because art is so subjective to everyone. It's like, oh, this piece is my absolute favorite, this one's going to go first, and then, you know, maybe it isn't picked at all, and then you're the winner. It's a lot of fun. And all of the funds that we raise during that fundraiser support our art education programs and gallery facility. And then new this year, this fall, we are adding Art Bazaar, a holiday art market that will be the weekend right after Thanksgiving. So Small Business Saturday will be the first day of that. And it'll be indoors at our facility and also right outdoors in the parking structure. So we're really excited to be able to give artists the opportunity to sell their work through our organization. And then you may not be thinking about it right now, but maybe you are. We also host events here at the gallery, and we have been getting a lot of calls lately of people that are just so excited to meet up with their friends and family again in our space. So we do provide event rentals for staff retreats, weddings, corporate parties. It's also very popular during the holidays too. We've hosted a lot of holiday parties here. But we are not booking our event rentals until after our residency this September. So September 4th is the first date where we're able to host those, but the weekends are booking up quickly. And lastly, our memberships are a great way to support our organization and the work that we do. We have a variety of different tiers. They start at only $60 for the year, and our corporate memberships go all the way up to $5,000. But the turquoise blue level is an amazing membership for the price. It's only $250 for the year, and we provide free meeting space for you during our gallery hours. You also have recognition on our website, and then we have a reciprocal pass for local museums, over 900 museums in California, including the Crocker. And then you receive 20% discount on all of our education programs too.
Right, Jess, how many members do you have?
Right now, I think we are a little under 500 members,
Okay.
but most of them are artists. So like I said, a couple of different ways that we would love to have you join our organization or support the work that we are doing is to become a member or make a donation. We also have some volunteer opportunities if you're interested in getting hands-on. We have a lot of Tour Talk and Create materials kits that are still being put together. Many hands make light work. I've had quite a few different rounds of volunteers coming in to help with that, which has just been fabulous. And then also our board of directors. We currently have 8 board members and we are seeking more. If you're interested in a leadership position and you want to help guide our organization, we would love to talk to you more.
Curious,
So,
could you
Oh.
talk about how you see your territory that you're covering? I mean, even though we're a small county, we have different segments of the county that may be separate. Do you serve primarily Roseville? Do you see yourself as a countywide?
Yeah, we see ourselves as the greater the greater South Placer region. So, you know, we have a lot of different artist members from Sacramento and Tahoe, and we also have members as far away as Los Angeles. But we have a pretty solid service area of Roseville, especially for Tour Talk and Create. We've really been focusing on the Title I schools in our local school districts, but we do have members from outside of Placer County.
Thank you.
As well. Yeah, definitely. So we would love to have you come and visit Blue Line Arts. We are open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 5. We aren't requiring appointments, but we would love to have you come in. Masks are still required. And we, as I said, are planning to have our first reception in person April 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. We will have an artist lecture that evening from 5 to 6, and we are requiring for people to reserve their seat ahead of time. We only have so many, but it'll be exciting to see our members coming back through our doors. This will be our first reception with live music. So we are very excited. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening to my presentation. Do you have, Joanne, do you have a question?
Is there a history behind the name of it, Blue Line Arts? Is there a story?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. Blue Line Arts, there is kind of a story to it. Our organization was first named Roseville Community Projects, and then it turned into Roseville Arts when we were at the Heyman House. Which is just around the corner from our location today. So when our organization moved into this facility, Blue Line Arts was chosen. And I've heard some conflicting stories, but the one story that isn't a very glamorous story, but it's just that there was a blue line in the design for our gallery, and I think that blue line was just like a water main or something that it was over. So I think it was just like nicknamed the Blue Line Gallery because that's the space that was designated for us. But we've just kind of run with it.
Okay.
But I have discovered that blue line drawings are like the very base level of, drafts for, architecture and a lot of different comic book illustrators too. So I really like the symbolism of us being the first draft or the beginning of new things. That's my interpretation of it.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions about what we're up to lately, or yeah, have all of you been to Blue Line Arts before?
Yeah.
Great.
Many times.
Well, we have something new every couple of weeks, so there's always something fun to see. And yeah, do we have a little bit more time left? Would you like to see our current gallery show?
I'd love to.
Sure, yes.
Yeah, this is our very first VR tour of our gallery show. See if I can make this full screen. We are in Blue Line Arts. Aww. The wonders of technology. So our main show here is called Wild Dreams of a New Beginning. And we are featuring quite a few different local artists from either Sacramento or the Bay Area in this show. These works here are by an artist named Diana Ormonzi. She works in oil and they look like photographs, but I mean, the detail on them is just exquisite. And a lot of kind of like surrealism themed works here too. This is by an artist named Eric McLaughlin, who Diana Ormonzi knows very well, and their work complements each other beautifully. And this is our front desk here on the left. And this front window space is called our feature foyer gallery. So this is where we usually have solo shows for local artists, but it's a continuation of our Wild Dreams of a New Beginning show right now.
Do you not have the gift shop any longer?
No, we haven't had the gift shop for a couple of years. The inventory was difficult to keep up to date, and a lot of our artist members really value the opportunity of having a solo show. So we wanted to be able to provide that opportunity for them. However, every Christmas, we usually have a handmade gifts type of show in this space here. So in addition to our Art Bazaar Holiday Art Market event, we are going to have smaller works available for sale by local artists in this space. So the space here. It's also really nice for some of our 3D artists to have work on display in the front window here. But I will back up and take you through the main gallery. Kind of difficult to navigate, sorry. There we go, there's the rest of the gallery. So in this space, we have large, beautiful 2D paintings by an artist named Mark Bauer. He's based in Oakland, and he makes these really fun like expressionism paintings that are just wild and crazy and intricate, and you really have to see them in person to be able to fully appreciate them. But they complement the work of another artist named David Yoas here beautifully. So this is one of David Yoas's works. So all of these tin type assemblage works complement Mark Bauer's in a really interesting way. They're both kind of eccentric and all over the place, but he is a tin artist. So he collects all of these different pieces of tin in different themes and then brings them all together in works of art. And they're so fun to see in person.
Mary Tess, who curates your exhibits?
Our team does. It's a team effort. It's Brooke and I mostly, and then we have our gallery coordinator, Zach, and we also have a development associate, Shiv. So every time we have our art install, it's all hands on deck, and it's a really nice break from the computer screen to be able to greet artists as they're coming in and dropping off their work, and then the artists who have been in the show are picking up their work, and it's just another really great way to catch up with the different artists And then it's also a very good team building exercise to figure out which piece should go where and why. And we try and make a really nice balanced color story for our visitors. So when they're walking through, they're not completely overwhelmed by the work. You know, we love to give every piece a little bit of breathing room, but also to see the different artists and their work next to another artist and how they complement each other. I guess it's another art form in itself. It's kind of like interior design, but with a lot more color.
Nice.
Yeah. And then in this gallery here, so Brandon Gastineau, the portrait of the gentleman you saw towards the beginning of the presentation, he has his solo show in this space. And then our back education gallery here is where we usually have our classes and workshops. And when we have receptions, this is a little reception window area where we have refreshments. And this back area is also where we have our artist lectures. So we have a nice drop down slideshow screen here. So I'm definitely looking forward to being able to have those again. But yeah, any questions or anything for me? Isn't technology cool?
Great.
Very neat, Mary Tess. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome. I can't wait until we have an in-person gallery tour sometime soon. There's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, so feeling really good about that.
Good
And
job.
a lot of our members can't wait to be able to meet in person again.
Good job keeping it all going during this last year.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you, Mary Tess. We really appreciate the presentation and all of the good work that you're doing for our community. And thanks also to Brooke, your co-director.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to everything that we have going on right now. And I welcome any further conversations too. Feel free to give me a call at the gallery. We would love to have you get more involved if you're interested.
Great.
How can we ensure that we're on your mailing list so we know about upcoming events?
Oh, on our email list?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go to our website, bluelinearts.org, you can sign up right there on our homepage.
Perfect.
But
Okay.
you can also drop a link into the chat if you'd like.
I can send that in a follow-up email as well, Mary Tess. to make
That'd
sure-
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I'll make sure we get that all hooked up.
Good deal.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone. Good to see you and hope you have a really nice weekend.
Enjoy.
Thanks
All right.
everyone.
Everyone,
Take
Thank
care.
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks.
bye.